All right, let's get started. First of all, I put a link in the chat. This is the link to SolidWorks for Makers. That's the software that I'm using. SolidWorks is pretty powerful. The Makers version allows you to do whatever you need to do. It has all of the basics from SolidWorks Design, I believe it is, or the basic package of SolidWorks. And you can use it for only $24 a year. You can use it and make up to $2,000. After that, they want you to buy a licensed version, a more expensive version, which in some cases will be worth it if if you're doing this full time and making money designing things. But the maker's version, you can make your own stuff all you want with it, and you can do it commercially for up to $2,000. And after that, you must get a more expensive package. But I put a link. It's not an affiliate link or anything. I don't make any money off of it. My sales rep doesn't make any money off of it. I actually asked him if he had any links where he could, get at least credit for the sales, and he said they don't really do that. So I think until July 22nd, you can get it for $24 a year. That's half price. So even after that, even at regular price, $48 a year isn't bad to learn the software. I mean, it most of the 3D softwares are very similar. Some of them have different names of functions, but the functions actually work the same. Uh, for the most part, if you get used to one, and if you've used one for 20 years, it's a little hard learning a new one just because the verbiage and some of the functionality. For me, it's hard because I don't really design mechanical things. I've done simple brackets and so forth, but my forte is wire bundles, wire harnesses. I do electrical design. I use schematic software for the most part. Anyway, there you have that. The link is pinned in chat. And let's go to SolidWorks. And I'm not sure where we're going to start today. I don't know if I want to go continue working on the knife or the stand. If anyone's in chat has a suggestion, pick one. Knife stand, knife. Knife stand, knife. Let's go with the knife. I need to start designing a handle for this. So ideally, I want this to be part of an assembly, and I want the handle to be a separate part that I bring into an assembly. I don't want it to be a feature that's inside this part, if that makes sense. So actually, let me go back here and find my assembly. There, and I had to rebuild it because I created the assembly when I had the old blade design in there with the bad bevel and the flat instead of a curve. So these are some standoffs, or connectors as they're called, that I modeled after existing actual connectors. I'm not sure if I'll use these or not, but for now I'll leave them in here. Actually, let's move these. And I haven't constrained them or anything, so for now I'm just moving them by eye. Keep them centered for the most part. Ideally, I would pick a point in the center and constrain it to the center of this, but I haven't gotten there yet. For now, we'll just do this. Now, I want to add a new part. I'm not sure if I can do it in context, meaning in context of the assembly. So these are different parts. Does it insert components? Yeah, so create a new part. And I picked that, so it's going to let me create a sketch on this plane, which is what I want to do. So I'll start with a straight line, starting from about here. To here. No, that's not what I wanted. But that'll work. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Straight line. What's going on here? Oh, there's a line there. Why isn't it showing it up better? Okay, there it is. So let's draw a curve. From this point, this point. Not sure. Okay, it's adding it. To there. There are probably better ways to do this, but this isn't a real knife. I'm just practicing, so this will be sufficient. I'm just following the contour of this spline pretty well. So there's the even point. So now, what do we want to do? Let's go out here. And then out. Yeah, let's do this. And this. I guess I'm going to delete that. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just extend this to here. And let's exit that sketch. We can add the holes later. Create an extrusion. And I don't know how thick should we make that. Creating this in metric, so we can change those units to English. But let's make it 1/2 inch, which we know is 12.5 millimeters. Bus require one or more closed contours, so our sketch isn't fully closed. What happened? What happened to my sketch? I lost my sketch. What's this? Not sure why the sketch disappeared. Guess we can start over. Sketch on this plane. This time we go a little further forward. So there's the first line. Now we're going to make a curve. Make a spline, I should say, along this. Hey, McRanger, how's it going? Do you have Fusion or do you have any CAD yet? If not, for $24, might be worth grabbing SolidWorks for Makers. $24 a year. It's not, you don't own it, so I'm not sure what kind of uh, trials Autodesk or Fusion have, but put a link up in the pinned in the chat if you want to try this software out. If you get it before July 22nd, it's $24 for a year. And Fusion, I believe, is what Loot uses. And it's made by AutoCAD, Autodesk, or whatever, I believe. Or at least I think they acquired it if they didn't create it. And it's a lot better than AutoCAD used to be for 3D because it used to be really rough many, many years ago. Hey, Marco. Welcome to the live stream. No, so now that other old sketch showed up. What the heck? Let's get rid of that one. And he got rid of both of them. What the heck? We want to get rid of sketch 1. And dependent items. I guess we'll just get rid of sketch 2. Okay. Let's go here. Rebuild here. Where the hell did the sketch go? Let's find a gap. Yeah, this is the problem area. I think everything else is closed. Exit sketch. Feature extrusion. 0.5 millimeters. 12.5. One or more closed contours which do not self-intersect. Most softwares indicate where that problem is, but I don't see any kind of red highlight. Oh, there. I can see the problem though. Edit sketch. No, we don't want to edit that sketch. We want to edit that sketch. Let's do a trim here. Trim. Do a corner trim between this and this. That doesn't work. What's a power trim? What is this? Let's get rid of this. There's a trim. Now we should be able to create that extrusion. Let's do a zoom to fit. Feature. Actually, let's go ahead and change the units here before we do that. We can remember how to do that. Oh, it's under options. Document properties, units, inch pound. So hopefully now edit this component. Create an extrusion here. That didn't work. I'll figure it out later. Half inch. Where did that inches? I don't know what to do. Mick, yeah, if you go download this, I think you can try it before you pay the $24. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I don't know that it's going to be easier than Fusion or not. I haven't really tried Fusion, so I'm not sure. But Fusion probably has the same as this. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube. Find someone that speaks English well enough to understand. Some of them are pretty good tutorials, but they're a little hard to understand depending on who's teaching them. But find a good one and then just subscribe to that channel and check out all their tutorials. Even if you just pay $24 a year for this, I think there's training available. I'm not sure. Shaman. Is that the one that you thought you lost? Was that you, Mick? And where did you find it, if it was you? I think I'm going to have to go look at some tutorials myself. I don't know why this sketch isn't showing up. And most programs, there's a way to check and make sure everything's connected together, but I don't see that here. The software outside. Oh, well, there's the problem. Delete the constraint, not the line. Coincident point. Don't know if that fixed it or not. It's light blue. Was it light blue before? Yeah, I think it was. Don't know where the gap is. The gap. Having some issues here. People getting frustrated. What is this? What's going on here? The hell is that? The seat track, yeah. That's where I found a few of mine get in, and sometimes I used to have a car that I would always pocket knife would rub up against the console and fall out, and it'd be on the inside seat track near the console. Not necessarily knives, but keys or anything that was loose in my pocket. Hey, Kelly. I'm just here fumbling around, not being able to do what I want to do. But trying to learn as we go. Oh, now it looks like it's going to work. It looks like 10 millimeters, pretty freaking wide. I don't know how thick should. Let me get my scale out here. Let's just go with 5 millimeter. And there is a scale. Let's see if we can get this plane shown. What if there's a way to mirror the feature? Okay. Front plane. Mirror. I might have to. Oh no, I don't want to. We'll figure this out later. But for now, let's throw some radiuses on here. for the fun of it. Let's go. Let's close this. Let's exit this. Try again. And pick the curves this time. Fillet 3 millimeters, and let's see what that looks like. Radius of the fillet is too large. Let's change it to 2 millimeters. Yeah, I might have to do this a different way. Because that's not going to work. Yeah, I think we'll make a swap. We'll do this a different way. Let's just get rid of this fillet. Probably have to create a solid and then cut it along the spline. You know what I mean? I could probably try different ways. We could probably do a fillet just on one edge. If it would just let me select just one edge. Should be able to make that. Yeah, not great. But for practice, it's good enough. If we get assigned some material. What's this? Oh yeah, little bed liner material or something. What's this? Oh, Swiss cheese. Let's just leave it here for a while. For now. wonder if I can drill a hole from this side. Hole wizard. We want the countersunk hole. There. And there. Is it even gonna let me pick? Oh, I forget what size that is. Point on the face. Try that again. Hole wizard, blah, 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 blah. Here. In the center of that, on that face. Sketch is open, self-intersecting, or 6 the center line. Through hole. No tolerance. Well, that's not working either, so we're going to give up on that for now. Let's do a save all. Let's open that part up alone. That's not what we wanted. Let's close that. Close that. Close that. Oh. Let's open this up and see what. Take a look at this for a minute. Probably going to end the stream pretty soon. There's the knife stand I was working on. It's actually 3mm board. I had it a lot thicker. which look sturdier, but this would be much more affordable. Let's open the wood version. This is just basswood nightstand. You can put your logo on the side, put your logo here, but this is only like 3x2. Still be pretty neat, I think. Especially if it's affordable. I think my friend could cut this out on her laser and it would ship in a flat box. It's only going to be like 10x10. Flattened. I'm going to do a little more modeling. I'm thinking about putting some V's in here or a small notch so that the blade could sit just a little bit in there and hopefully catch on the bevels. So your final bevel isn't sitting on the edge of wood, even though it's basswood, it shouldn't hurt it, but might also hold them straight, Like this, I put out a little bit, left room for the scales once I get them modeled up. And sorry I've been ignoring chat, folks. Yeah, learning experience. Or not learning. Learning what you don't know is a learning experience. I don't want to add cost. If we did this like out of thicker wood, like 1/4 inch wood or something, you could probably find 1/4 inch felt to glue felt the whole way. But I want to keep this as cheap as possible. If someone wanted to upgrade their own once they bought it, they could do that. But I was thinking if it was just a slot, very thin slot, but like I don't know how many thousandths, just enough that the very edge wouldn't hit, and the wood would hit either on the primary bevel but not on the edge, or on the secondary bevel. But my plan is to get the design finalized. Then I'll pay her whatever she needs to make some prototypes, and I'll try to give them to a couple people and to test them out and see what their thoughts are and if they think it would sell. And do a little marketing research and a little R&D. And I'm not going to make anything out of this. I would let her sell them. She does the laser engraving, so she could do the people's logos if they want that, or just buy them plain. I don't think they'd cost a whole lot. Yeah, Mick, I don't think basswood would really hurt a knife. It's not like you're chopping on it; you're just setting it on there, and it's wood. It's not like a harder material than any knife blade is. I mean, slicing paper is probably more damage than just setting this on there. It's not really damage. That's probably what I should have worked on instead of my failed attempt at knife scales. But this is kind of big. Might make a smaller version for pocket folding knives, but this is like 1.5 inches. So you could put a pretty big knife on there. My knife is pretty big, 7 or 8 inches total, but that's just like 4 inches here and 3 inch blade with 4 inch handle. So most pocket knives, I think, would fit between 3 inches open. If you're going to display them, probably want them open. We can make a smaller one for smaller traditional knives and so forth that you don't really, if you don't want to display them open. Or I suppose you could just put multiple slots in these boards. If you don't use this for your logo, this could have multiple slots, and you can make this as wide as you need it to be for whichever knives you want to put on display. The one that helped with gadgets, I think he's going live soon. I'm not sure what time. But the 3D printed one that I won one from him, that's the 3D printed one. And some of my pocket knives don't even fit in it. It has little retainers that go up to hold the knife in there. I'm not doing that here because we got this angle. Knives shouldn't fall off of here. I mean, that's a nice wide slot. So once you put it on there, especially if we put the little notch in there for the blade to sit in, then the knives aren't going to go anywhere. Even if it was like on a card table and you shook it, should be fine. But what I was saying was the one that he has printed, I think could be made a little bigger because my pocket knives they hit the edge, so they don't actually fit down in there anyway. And they would kind of cover each other up if I had some of the wider ones, like the Dixon doesn't fit on there very well, but smaller ones fit fine. On that 3D printed one, they could probably just scale it up 10% and it'd be fine for bigger knives. But yeah, like I said, we could probably make this, put a couple slots to make it even wider if you want to put like kitchen knives on there. We'll have to look at a few different things and then get some feedback once these are made. See if people like them or not. Anyway, didn't get a whole lot done, but it's been almost an hour. I think I'm going to end it here. Thanks for stopping in, Mick and Kelly and Marco. Anyone else that may have stopped in. I much appreciate it. Hit like if you would. Even if you don't like it, hit that dislike. Hit the thumbs down. I put a link. I should have a link in the comments. If you get into using this and you like it, it's a 3D space mouse. They're not cheap, but man, they're really nice because I can spin the part or the assembly in this case with my left hand, and I can still use my mouse with my right hand. And when I don't know what I'm doing, it's not great. But once I learn this, like I know most of the software I use, it's very productive. I put some other crap in there too that I haven't displayed yet. I'm going to make a video eventually on the Zarok sharpener once I need to get a bench cleared off and set that up, start using it. But I put some Amazon affiliate links down there. I bought a cheap Casio watch. It's like huge. It's huge, man. I have a big wrist and I love large watches, but this thing is 50 millimeters case size. And it's actually pretty neat for Casio. It's just a quartz, battery powered. But it's $27 watch. If I damage it, I'm not going to worry about it. Like if I have a more expensive watch, I could go work on things and not worry about banging it up. And I put a link to the Kubi store. I don't know if I can make money off that link just because it's just to the general store. I think if individual items, I don't know how the affiliate links work. I haven't made a penny on them yet. And if I do, it probably will be pennies. Yeah, Kelly, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think we're gonna try to, unless people don't want these at all. I'm not gonna try putting, felt or foam or anything on here. But if a person buys one and wants, more protection for their blade, they could do that for sure. And this is just a concept. If no one wants it, that's fine. It's not. I'm gonna do all the design, or the modeling. So once I have this how I want it, I'll lay this all out on a flat pattern and make some drawings for her to transfer to her laser cutter and just cut some out, and we'll just try and see what happens. Yeah, Mick. Car rims or toe chain, you know, toe chain bracelet. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, and I will catch you all on the next live stream. Make sure you go to other people's live streams. It helps a lot if you comment on them. Just make a comment like "Thanks for the video" or "No, you're stupid" or something. I'll talk to you all later. I hope everyone has a good day. Bye.